Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. Shown here is the observed precipitation for the past 7 days. The image on the left shows the actual observed amounts, with the image on the right showing the percent of normal. We can see over the past week or so we've had a few little storms move through, mainly across the southern Great Basin, particularly southern Nevada and southwest Utah. As far as snow goes, for the past 3 days, we've just had a few little flurries. There were the mountains of central Idaho, western Wyoming, and far northern Utah. This morning's satellite imagery is shown here. We're looking for cool west to northwest flow across much of the geographic area today, with increased cloudiness over the north. Again, that's due to a large long-wave trough in place over the northern Rockies, bringing that moisture into central and eastern Idaho and western Wyoming, with cool flow across the rest of the geographic area. Ventilation rates are very high for the geographic area today. It's in large part due to those gusty west to northwest winds in place over much of the area, and those high mixing heights as well. For Thursday, that long wave trough moves off to the east, and we'll continue to see cooler temperatures and under that northerly flow across the geographic area. Ventilation rates remain high on Thursday. And the transport winds die down just a bit for tomorrow, with continued high mixing heights. On Friday, we'll see a little trough move into the southern half of the Great Basin, bringing a little bit of moisture there to southern and central Nevada, and perhaps even moving into southwest Utah. Ventilation rates decrease just a bit across the area. The winds will be fairly light across most of the geographic area on Friday, with perhaps just some stronger winds across the far southern tip of Nevada and southwest Utah. Mixing heights still remain pretty high across much of Utah and Nevada and over southern Idaho. The forecasted clearing index is shown here for the next couple of days. For today, those values are pretty high across the state. Tomorrow, still pretty favorable for most of the for most of Utah, but we'll start to see a couple little areas with that decreasing clearing index. The 3-day precipitation totals are shown here. As that trough continues to drop south tonight and into mainly Thursday, we'll see an increased chance for some precipitation, mainly over the higher elevations of Utah, and then drop it into southern Nevada on Friday. Some moisture may continue across the southern Great Basin on Saturday with high ventilation rates. And then on Sunday, we'll see things dry out across much of the geographic area, with warming temperatures region-wide and a continuation of those high ventilation rates. On Monday, we may see a little bit more moisture come into the western portions of the Great Basin as a little trough enters into northern California. This will keep ventilation rates high over Nevada, but we may see a decrease in those values over Utah and Idaho. And then a little bit of a ridge begins to build into the western U.S. on Tuesday for continued warming temperatures, and we may see a little bit of moisture here and there across the east. Ventilation rates are still good. So the precipitation accumulations for days 4 and 5, that takes us Sunday to Tuesday here. Really just looking for a little bit of moisture coming into Nevada as that low moves into the California coast. The extended forecast for April 23rd through the 29th shows above normal temperatures expected for most of the geographic area, with above normal chances for precipitation possible over the northern 2/3 of the area. This concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Friday for the latest updates.